Welcome back to Crossroads.
You know, I love children's books. With my 2-year-old son, Andrew, I'm always searching to find just the right story to tell him before bedtime. And when I came across Joanne Pastel's books, oh, I thought I had hit a gold mine. And I'm happy to have you on the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, my son loves to read. We love books. We don't do a lot of television, but we sit down and we take the time to read to him during the day and before he goes to bed at night. And at 2, he already has a love for reading. But he loves your children's books. He carries them around. He tries to put them in a tub. You know, and you've got a series of books. Tell us all about them.
Okay. Well, the reason why I developed this series, I have a son that's 5.5 years old, and I noticed that there were no books that use multicultural characters. In addition to that, I noticed there were no books that introduce young kids to sports, being active, or just as a family, being active, enjoying the outdoors.
Right, and the one we love the most is the fishing book. We also love the baseball book, and the faces are brown, they're yellow, they're red. How did you take the initiative to see that there were no books like that for your child, and then translate that instead of just complaining about it? Because that's what I do. I complain that there are no brown faces on the book, and then I'm done with it. But how did you translate that from the need to actually meeting that need and coming up with the books?
Well, you know, I actually asked a friend of mine, Khaki Fitzsimmons, if she wanted to join me in developing this book series. And I want my son and his friends to keep their confidence. I want them to see that there are characters out there that look like them. So didn't know anything about the book industry, and decided just to take a chance. And we wrote, the first book was the boating book, ABC, and that's the first one we came up with. Wrote that, and we showed it to friends. We tested it at daycare centers, and people loved it.
Wow.
So we decided to create one book right after the other.
And how has that been for you? What's the experience like?
You know, it's been wonderful. I mean, to take the book out, to show it to stores, to see the reactions of people's faces when I opened it up, when I first was trying to sell the book, because I wasn't even sure if people would even like it.
Right.
Yeah, so it's been fantastic.
And how is that taking a chance and a leap of faith like that? Because, you know, you put your real job on hold and you go and you get creative. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, I'm talking to artists who have books and you know, they sold 2 copies. They bought one and their mama got one. But how do you take that and be successful at it?
You know, it's all about marketing the book, trying to get the word out there. Also just having people pass the word on. And it's not easy. You know, people come up to me all the time and want to know how to get started with writing their books, especially now with this economy going on. So it's extremely difficult. But if you have the determination, you get out there and you sell it, people, if they like the product, they will buy.
So what's the goal of the book? Because you see it and there's so many different ethnic faces. And is it just for minorities or is it for everybody?
No, our book, actually when we came up with it, it is for everybody. It's based on my son, Kaki's son, and our friends, which is a rainbow of children. And so our goal is to eventually, you know, we write the books, we also have dolls and puzzles, and hopefully one day we can go into an animation series. We're hoping one day to do that. So our goal is beyond books, because we feel that there's really nothing out here, again, introducing young kids to sports, outdoor activities that we have found when we did our research.
So why take that track? You know, it's so much easier probably to sell it when you're just doing cute kid cartoon type stuff, but you guys are teaching lessons. You have the elders in the book teaching the young kids how to fish. You've got the kids going to the baseball game, and you know, with the diversity, you know, was there did you have a hard time kind of selling it, saying, you know, we're really telling stories here. It's not just Elmo, it's not just Big Bird. We're actually telling stories and showing different faces.
You know, it's been amazing. We have not had a hard time selling it at all.
Really?
We've had people contact us from all over the country. As a matter of fact, even all over the world, wanting to sell our books in France, in Australia. We're trying to work something out. So it has been, honestly, not easy, but it's been, people have been very interested in our products.
So what's the goal when the parents pick up the book and they start reading it to their children? What's the goal that you have for the parent and the child when they're reading your books?
As a family, for example, we have one book that is a hiking book, and our goal is to get the families to go out and go hiking, to explore the outdoors, to, as a family, to go and maybe attend a baseball game at a high school or grade school level or professional, you know, whatever people can afford, just to go out and enjoy as a family, to participate or to learn about these sports. Not everybody has a boat, not everybody goes fishing, but we want to expose children to activities that they may not be exposed to.
And you know, that is so true, because I know that even at 2 years old, we took our son to a WNBA Lynx game, and we were sitting on the front row. They were gracious enough to give us some tickets, and we were sitting on the front row, and he sat there and he didn't move, and we thought he was sleeping, but he was really enjoying the game. And we stayed, and we thought, oh, well, we'll leave at halftime. He stayed for the entire game. And we took him to a Twins game as well, and he loves baseball. We have to explain to him every time we pass the Metrodome that baseball is closed because the Twins are not playing right now. He wants to go see baseball. Are you hearing that from other moms who have introduced their children to this, this series?
We have heard from some mothers that their kids don't want to put the books down. Some kids sleep with the books, we were told. So, and actually the baseball book was based on my son. He did throw out the first pitch at a baseball game.
Wow.
So that is based on a true story, and the fishing book too.
Wow.
It's a true story.
So there are people out there who are looking at the books and they're saying, how can I get them? Where can I pick them up? I went to the bookstore. I didn't see them. How can I get in touch with you guys? Well,
they're sold on our website. That's burburandfriends.com. Or if you go to the local bookstore, some of them carry them, or just please ask for our books at the bookstore, so they will carry our books.
Wow. And so what's next? The animation series? Do you have any more books coming out? Because we love them. Okay, we've read them all like 10 times, so we need some new books.
Well, actually, we are working on a new book.
Really?
Yes.
And so what's that book going to be
It's going to be
about?
on basketball. So we're in the process of putting it together.
And so, I mean, is this the highlight of your life?
It is. It's my passion. I quit my job and had my son, and you know, decided this is what I'm doing, and Kaki and I both love what we're doing.
Isn't that a blessing? I mean, you know, I count it a joy to wake up and go to a job that you actually love to do.
Exactly.
How
follow your passion. That's what I was told, and that's what I'm doing.
How enjoyable is that for you to know that you are doing what you were called to do and what you love to do?
I look forward to working on the project.
Really?
You know, I don't regret getting up in the morning like I used to when I worked. So.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, and the thing that's beneficial is seeing the kids enjoy reading the books, the parents enjoy reading the books. So it's fantastic.
What does it do for a child's self-esteem to have a book in front of them and the people in the book actually look like them? I know when I was a young girl, and I'm sure you too, we had B is for Betsy, you know, the Nancy Drew series, those books, and there was never any characters in the books that looked like us, that lived in places we lived, that had friends, not even a friend, who look like us. What does it do for a child's self-esteem to pick up a Bur Bur book and see kids in the books who look like them?
No, I think it helps their self-esteem. Especially, for example, my son has curly hair, and he started saying, I don't like my hair, I don't like my curly hair. So just to see that kids have different types of hair, skin color, I think it really helps for them to see these characters that look like them.
I think so too, and my son now will go and get the Bur Bur book or the Spike Lee book or the books where the kids look like him, and he's more, I don't know if you've noticed this, but our kids are more attached to the books where they see people who look like them. You think so?
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's so funny too, since I started writing the books, my son likes writing books, his own books.
Wow.
So it's actually, you know, has helped him in being creative too.
Well, girlfriend, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I appreciate it. And I want folks to make sure they get out there and pick up this book, get on that website, because this is a wonderful joy for children to see images that look like them. So thank you so much for being here. Now, we definitely want to tell you about an event coming up. Big Brother, Big Sister is having their annual meeting, and it takes place November 21st at 11:30 a.m. at the Metro Ballroom in Minneapolis. What?